Good afternoon, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. Okay, guys. So, first off, I'm not a financial advisor. Should you take my advice? In the wise words of a guy I know, T-Speaker 222, no motherfucking way you shouldn't. If you choose to take my advice, well, you know, let the chart speak to you. Not what I'm saying, but let the chart speak to you. Because once again, you could have been up on XRP, what, about 16 cents or 14 cents already? Not up, but from where we are building into. And Lewis, in the words of a guy I really respect, he played in a movie, you might have heard of it, Mars Attacks. Meh, 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 meh. That means get the fuck out, you're banned. Thank you, my friend from Mars Attacks. Meh, 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 meh. Okay, guys, so let's continue. He got personal, and then he tried to send me a donation with a bunch of fucking horseshit on it, and I just refunded it. So I thought that was pretty childish. So, you know, I talked to my guy over there at Mars, and he said, meh, 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 meh. And I said, okay, I got to do what he says, because he's got a laser, and I've got, you know, my phone. So off of that shit. One thing I'm very excited about, I didn't want to cover it earlier, but Hbar, they put it on Uphold. I've got so many requests about this that I have become very informed on Hbar. And I'm not buying it right now. You can try to take a ride up, obviously, before this big dump. But I'm going to show you guys why it's so important that Uphold put this on here right now before the big dump. I mean, it's so cheap. You can buy it right now, and it'll be easy to cost average. But it's unbelievable that they put this on at this time. Because I firmly believe we're going to get, you know, minimum... What the fuck is this? I don't want the stupid line graph. Sorry. But I think it's perfectly reasonable. So you guys can see I was covering this, you know, I was looking at this myself too before, and I had deleted it off here just for stream purposes. But now that it's on, you know, now that it's on Uphold, I can't believe it. I'm really happy. This is probably the happiest I've been about something they've added. So we break this out, and I really believe we're going to be, once this dump is over, obviously, this is my target price. You know, somewhere around 17 cents is where I would love to buy it at. But I'm going to start nibbling again. It's at 27 cents. So once it starts coming down, the moment it gets under 20 cents, I'll buy it. Let's see. 2,000 shares at a time. So once it gets down to 19, 2,000. You know, gets down to 17, 2,000. If it does decide to make this run down to 15, another 2,000. You know. And I would like to have 10,000 of these son of bitches. Minimum. So this is going to be one that's heavy in my portfolio because it's going to be real fucking cheap and it's going to go real fucking high real quick. But you might be able to take a ride on it. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't have a big enough history with it, but just based on what I'm looking at, you know, it had a very quick rise up compared to some of the other ones. But this is a 3-month-long pattern as well. So to say it's not running the course, it is. So... you know, but I still think on a bounce up here, because it's going to form a head, because this is a very nice shoulder. Or it's the head, and it's just going to keep consolidating, you know. But you can still, if this is the head in the middle, like I was saying with XRP, if that's what we end up having, you're still going to kick up on this. I wouldn't, if you don't have a position right now, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole right now. But from a long perspective, if you want to play the short game on the intraday trade, you might get a bounce up like that to 39 cents, 40 cents. But, I mean, it could dick around for a while, and you might even go back down to double bottom here. So be very careful, because you might get a 20-cent double bottom. And that, guys, if it goes down to 20 cents for a double bottom, that is where I would start my position. That would put it somewhere between 19 and 20 cents. So that and only that, if you guys ask me, is where I would start a position. I would buy 2,000 shares at 20 cents, 19 cents, wherever it came down to double bottom right there. I'm being dead serious. Because if this does what XRP and the rest did, don't buy it now. It's probably going to come down and double bottom. There's history of that with Dogecoin. You know, it just finished that same exact pattern, just a little bit shorter. Had to come double bottom. I wouldn't expect anything less. Ooh, this, you know, because it fell off and now it's got to, just look. Even if you look at it in the 4 hour, it's got to come down. So even if you want to wait for that, if it only came down to that, you still got to come down to 26 because it's got to come down. But if it does double bottom, you're looking at, hey, an H for Hbar. Is that an omen? Well, I don't know. But that's 25 cents. So maybe it has to come down to 25 cents. But, you know, I pulled it out farther. You know, and I'm saying, I'm not I don't know. It's possible that it only comes down to 19 cents after all of this. But that's why I said I'm going to start nibbling at 19, 20 cents. But I think it's going to come down to 15 cents. So there's your Hbar. You know, just a quick coverage. Just a quick update. Litecoin's doing the exact same thing we talked about earlier. I told you it would have to come up to the head if this is the head and keep doing this up and down BS. Because it's got to form a head. It's got to form a top. We're going to find out very quickly, though, if it's going to... You know, I think we're at the head, though. I think this is the head. I don't think it's going to go much higher. XLM, same thing I told you. Just because you didn't sell out the first time, it's got to keep building this formation. It's a very long formation. So there's so many chances to buy at 65, go up to 74. And like I was telling Lewis before, it has to bounce between the support and resistance lines. I mean, come on. I might just have to talk like them, you know, if I ever get censored. You mother... What the hell? You know. One of my all-time favorite movies. But this is pretty... you guys can see what it's forming. I don't have to tell you. You see it. But, like I was saying, is this going to come up? Remember what we talked about. The only thing I'm questioning for how high it goes is if this just keeps doing the head, or can it push up one more time because it just wants to make a point, and then this is just a shoulder shrug, and then it comes down back here. There's no debate. It's either done here, you know. It's already been there, but my question is, can it come higher and touch like 80 cents? That's the question. The question is, can XRP, you know, is XRP going to form a monster's head now? Because like I said, it's in a bigger pattern. I don't think there's any debating it anymore. Shoulder. This can come all the way down and form the head. I'm not saying it's going to 246, but I'm saying if that's the shoulder. But there's also the scenario that this is the inversion on, you know, there's just double side shoulder inversion. This is a common pattern still because there's manipulation. So we would still have a chance to go back up to 188 to 195. This actually fits what I said, only being comfortable around the 188 and 198 range. But I said there's a possibility it could go higher, but it would have to form something like this. You know, it really would. That wouldn't even get it up there, but, well, it would. Yeah, that's the 237, 240 range. But that's what would have to happen. Either way, you're getting a push on all of these. And if you understand the charts, you don't panic on the way down because you know it has to work in a cycle. It's not just going to be all or nothing. There's going to be bouncing back and forth before it finally gives way, unless it's the start of the actual crash, which we're not at yet. We're still in the bull trap. So I basically wanted to just give a quick update. I was excited about Hbar. You know, ADA's pushing back up. This is what we were talking about. Is it going to be a head, or are these going to form a one step higher? That's the only debate we have here. There's no debate on the pattern change. The only time I have inner arguments with myself is in that daily trade, because I want to know if it's going to go one step higher than this, and I'm trying to stay ahead, and that it kind of looks like it is. Some people have a gift to do a lot of things. For whatever reason, what I'm doing right now, even though I'm doing it on YouTube, is my gift. Not just the charting, but teaching. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's my gift. What I'm doing and what I'm teaching you guys, I could be anything. But the fact that I know the charts like this and I can see things others don't, I could have been a financial advisor, but I'm not, because I don't speak properly. I don't go with the narrative. I go with the truth, and I go with what's factual. I don't care about all the bullshit. And knowing how I live and how I act, that's why I get so mad when somebody comes in here and slanders my work. You can come constructively criticize me, just ask TL. Just ask Brandon. Brandon constructively criticizes me and fucking buries me 10 feet deep on a daily. He's one of the only couple of the few that I come out here all the time and tell you when somebody says something to me and I'm wrong. Or like I overlooked this part of it. Brandon's the one who got me to look at TL that, hey, it might only go down to 89 cents right now, and 78 cents is far-fetched until we go back up to the top. Brandon's the one who said, when we hit that 95 cents, hey, we got to go all the way back up to the top. I knew that, but I thought we could at least push a little bit farther down. He just said. And he was, all the stuff he follows, all the charting he understands. The Elliott wave theory was a big part of it, and it's a great thing if you understand it. But if you don't, it can get you in trouble, as some people have seen when they tried to use it against me. Not Brandon. He's doing it properly. So if he says something, even if it doesn't pan out, it's still part of the theory. That's one of the several points that it can hit during the wave. And then if it goes the opposite way, based on the, what it's teaching you, that, hey, this is this point, and it's not. We might have said it's the B point of the formation, but we're actually down at the C point. But you would know that if you understood it, and he does. So when he makes those references, even if he's a little off, or it's off by a few cents, he's still right. He's predicting within the range of a fall or rise. That's what we're trying to do. Not everybody's perfect. Not even I'm perfect. You can never predict the top and the bottom. But I have been charting these out for a very long time, and I've only done this for a very long time. And in the terms of charting, I've been doing this for 7-8 weeks now. So I've been staring at these charts with you guys non-stop, day after day. So we can help each other out. TL is another one, man. Like I've already said his name, but he hasn't commented in a while, so maybe I scared him away now with my shitty content. But while he was around, he had some great input. But Brandon's an OG of an OG of an OG of an OG. TL's an OG of an OG of an OG. So I value my audience's opinion. I don't value the bullshit. I'm not a bullshitter in life. So if you come at with bullshit, I'm going to expose it. Sorry. Bitcoin. I believe Bitcoin, much like XRP, this is a much bigger pattern, guys. So Bitcoin is going to die. Bitcoin is going to fall so fucking hard. And I'm getting criticized, but it's okay because I know I'm right. And that's all that matters. I know I'm right. But if you want to see, Bitcoin, we're going down to at least 32,000. There's zero question in my mind. And we have to go back to the daily on Bitcoin. But guys, look at that. What does that look like to you? Everybody says, Bitcoin might have a big bull run here. I agree. It's a bull trap, but I agree. Because what if that's... Just hear me out, guys. And mind you, where I start this pattern, we're gonna work backwards after. Because I want to show you it's not that far out of the realm. So we came up, right? There's some inversion. We come up again. There's inversion. And we're doing this. Now, let's actually show you from a grand scale what this could turn into. So we come down. What if that's the left shoulder? And the head has some crazy run to like 70,000. Doesn't even have to go to 70,000 or 80,000. But I'm just saying, from a grand scale. One would think if this is a whole left shoulder, because some people think we're about to get a push on Bitcoin to 65, 70, 75. And this is how it happens. In my formation that I think is happening. And this goes out a very long time. So I had to put it on the monthly. Or the daily. So then, if it did do something like that, then you could expect, after it went up, to drop back down. And then you'll get a second push. And then it's not going to 3,000, but if that's what it is, it would not go back to that part. This would be minimum. You would go there, 25, 30,000. Yeah, so that's a good range. If it does this, you know Bitcoin's going back to 30,000. And you know T-Speak at 222 called this when Bitcoin was still at 65,000. That's my point. All this intraday trading right now is just me trying to position play with you guys. Otherwise, I have a boring show where you guys don't tune in because I say come talk to me in 4 weeks when it's back down to where it needs to be. My point. You know, XLM, same shit. But we can pull this out on the 4 hour. But XLM, actually, you know what? Let's keep it in the daily for everything right now. You can see what I'm talking about. It's starting to form perfectly with all this shit. The farther we go into these weeks, even me, I'm like, holy shit. How did I know that? You know, because it happens to me and I'm the one doing it. I watch myself back and I'm like, you know, that sounds pretty good. I'm going to go invest. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Or I'll forget something or forget to do something and I have a strategy and then I'll watch my video and I'm like, holy shit, it's starting to drop. I just seen this in my video. I'm serious. I'm human. I forget. I'm trying to get this content out. Sometimes I couldn't give two shits about my actual holdings, even though I do. But look, is this so hard to believe now that this with XLM might be something like this? We just gotta, you know, if it comes up, you know, why couldn't it do something like that? But I told you, if not, and this decides to be the head, well, then it's going to come around, and then it's going to come down, then it's going to bounce around, then it's going to come down. So you're going to have many opportunities to get in and out if you want. I'm just saying, there's a possibility that this is where this formation comes back to, guys, with XLM. It's a possibility 30 cents is back in play. Keep saying it. I found the W in the pattern. I don't really care what anybody says. I went back, did my work. I studied an M bullish, a W bearish. So it's telling you when the pattern ends, we got to come back to this pattern. I don't really care what anybody says. That's what's going to happen. When you become a guru at the charts, and you can come talk to me and tell me I'm wrong. Or when this pattern plays out differently, then you can come tell me I'm wrong. But this intraday trading to try to prove I'm wrong is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Hey, you got a buying opportunity right now. It's coiling up like a son of a bitch. I told you. Telling you. That's GPL, same thing. But it's coiling up. And when I told you guys, hey, it might come back down to right here. So if you're going to buy it and just buy more if it comes down here, because I am. I bought it at 47 cents, so I need it to come down to 46 to buy a little bit more. But this is your inversion. I mean, this is going to be so fucking huge. Look at the size of this inversion, guys. Like, you got to pay. This is huge. Whew. I mean, do you know how big that's going to be just to get back up to here? You're talking 2x. Just on this next move. Yeah, it could take till August because it's fucking this shit. But I'm telling you, June's a big month for gold and silver based on the protocol. So, you heard it here first. You're going to wake up one day and be like, holy fuck, how much is my gold and silver worth? So, I keep saying, don't be stupid. Go watch Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing because he keeps you on top of the commodities. I only skim through it. He gives you the junior mining companies. I do, but I only skim through it. Like gold's at 1835 right now. It's hanging strong. Silver had a nice rebound from being down to 27.17 this morning. I bought like $45 more, so now I got like $1,100 in silver. In the SLV, the iSilver Trust. I feel like this is going to go to $50 or $100 an ounce. I'm telling you, we're going to be sitting here one day in the very short term, and what happened to iBio is going to start happening to the rest. And what happened with XRP and XLM and DGB and ZIL, Ethereum and ADA and Doge, Litecoin and Hbar, all this shit you guys are going to see. When all this goes way up and goes way red, The only difference is like with Doge, you guys are like, what are you going to do with Doge? What do you mean what I'm going to do with Doge? I'm going to build it up until it makes the rest of this formation. I have 8,168 Doge at 43 cents right now. But what I'm going to do, it's telling you this part of the pattern is very and bullish. Came down, it's going to get some support. But after it gets this base, this is where you're going to get this unreal run. And it's going to at least push up to this level, 65 cents. It could double top at 73, or it could have enough steam to where it just makes that push to almost $1 and comes back down. I don't think it's ready to make $1 yet. But, like I've said with all these other patterns, what if this is one big left shoulder, and then it comes around, and it just has this incredible head, comes back down. You know, I don't think we're even close to being over. But this next part of this pattern is going to go so fucking quick, it's going to make your head spin. So I'm selling at the top of Doge, and then I'm going to buy a whole shitload of it at the bottom and be able to get my XRP, XLM, Hbar, ZIL, ADA, you know, all of them. Not Ethereum. My Litecoin. Well, Litecoin's on a different one, so I don't have to worry about that. But I'm just saying, I'm going to show you how it's done to where I don't need to put any more money in, and I'm going to probably double what I have. I'm going to take my 4,500 and turn it into 9 grand, and I'll show you when it gets to 9 grand. And then I'm going to have enough money to buy everything I want because it's going to be so fucking cheap. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't trust me. Don't do what I'm doing, but if you are doing what I'm doing and you understand what I'm doing and you've been watching and paying attention, you're doing very well. So T-Speak at 222 XRP Future Millionaire with a side bet on XLM and Future Digibite OG. If you want to donate, links in the description. Until next time, guys, stay blessed.